Yeah, honestly, there's some things we gotta talk about, but I promise we'll get through it if you hear me out. You've been crippled by fear and you've been drowning in doubt, but if we work together, we will figure it out. Honestly, this is not a love song. It's a song for the world who's been loved wrong. It's a song for the people who trying to stay strong in a world where the leaders don't even know what's going on. It's something that should be talked about.
Yo. What's up, people? It is your man, DJ Shabach, and we are back with another episode of Something That Should Be Talked About. Woo! Episode 9. On time, on the dime. Didn't commit no crime. I can't rhyme. But this time, I'm going to pass it to my co-host with the most. Who we going to start off with? I think we should start off with the brightest, the mightiest, the flyest, Miss
Tyrina. Y'all know who it is. Y'all already know.
Yes.
Yeah.
And the one with the blue doing what she do.
It's Flo. She's here. Jesus.
Listen, I'm feeling good. And look, if you know anything, you know that I love celebrating Black History Month, okay? I really do. So I got this little introduction for y'all, okay? Can I play it for y'all? Can I play it real quick? Hold on.
I'm black, y'all.
Hey.
And I'm black, y'all.
Hey.
And I'm blacker than black, and I'm black, y'all.
Okay.
And I'm black, y'all.
Hold
and
up.
I'm black, y'all.
Hold
and
up.
I'm blacker than black, and I'm black, y'all.
I'm what?
I'm blickety black, blacker than black. I'm blacker than black, yo. Because I'm black, and I'm black. Yo, I'm black, and I'm black, y'all. And I'm blacker than black, and I'm black, y'all. And I'm black, y'all. And I'm black, y'all. And
I'm blackity black,
and
black,
I'm
black.
y'all. And I'm blickety black, 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 black.
I am black, y'all. It is Black History Month. All right. What? You Biggie rhymes over here? Biggity Buster rhymes.
You're peeking.
I'm peeking.
Yeah.
1, 2. I am peeking
yeah.
a little bit. Let me turn down just a little bit. All right. Either way, it is Black History Month, y'all, and I am turned. Second, third day, whatever it is, when y'all looking at this, it is Black History Month, and I am black and proud. And if you see, I am repping. I'm repping the AP. Okay, I'm repping the black and proud, the Black Pride AP. But nah, I'm wearing the Black Power colors and symbol, and I kind of want to show y'all a little bit of what it means today. I am wearing the green bandana to go along with it. What does the green mean? Let's talk about what the green means real quick. So the green means the abundant and vibrant nature or natural wealth of Africa, the motherland. Since its existence, a number of African nations have adopted the color as a symbol of sovereignty and unity. Mm-hmm. Yes. So, listen. I am proud to be a black man here in America. I will be soon doing the 23andMe, and I'll tell y'all where from Africa or Haiti or Jamaica or wherever I'm from one of these days. But I am proud to be black. And speaking of being black, my black Nubian sisters, we are about to play, or we're about to do game time, okay?
Game time?
It gonna work?
I did the little thing for you.
You did it for me? All right. It ain't work. Oh.
Game time.
There we go. Today's game time is Black Taboo. So, y'all played Taboo before. I don't think we played it. Have we played it on the show yet?
Taboo? I think so, once.
Yeah. So, this is going to be the black version. It is going to be Black History People, for lack of words. And we got to guess who it is. Now, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to give everybody 5 cards, right?
Okay.
Everybody's going to get 5 cards. And that side that you're looking at is not the cards that you're going to do. It's going to be the other side. But don't look. Can't cheat. All right? Y'all remember how to play Taboo, correct?
Yeah, you
Okay.
can't say any other words.
You can't say any of the words that's on the card. You got to try to get everyone else to guess the word, okay?
Okay.
If you don't know who the person is, oh well.
That's crazy because I might not know.
So
All right.
we're doing the other side.
Yes, the
Okay.
other side. Don't look at it though. Don't look at it though.
Okay.
Let's see how to do this. The first person who gets to, so when you guess that word correctly, you get the card. The first person to get to, let's say 3 cards wins. Y'all
okay.
got it?
Yep.
All right, so we're gonna go in a circle or a
Click the thing.
triangle.
Triangle here.
Yeah. Boom. We're gonna go in a triangle. FTS. You first.
Not cheat. That's cheating.
How is that cheating?
Your name is. You know what?
You want to go by my first name?
That's what you just did that for the both of us.
All right, I'll go by my first name, D. All right, cool. I'll go first. Fine.
You purposely did
No
that.
problem. All right. In 3, 2, 1. Y'all both got to guess. Y'all ready?
Okay.
All right. I don't.
Next card.
Yeah.
You invent the cards.
You know what? I'm gonna just go ahead and flip these cards. See what I got on the other side. Oh, that's better. All right. When you look in the sky on a cloudy day, what is typically going on a cloudy day?
Rain.
What color is this rain?
Purple rain.
Prince.
Ah, she got it.
Yeah.
All right. Do they say it on here? Okay. Healthcare. It is named after this person.
Obama.
Yes.
Oh.
Yeah. Y'all may or may not know this person. She rocked a fro back in the day. What was that Marvel movie that everyone our color went to?
Black Panther
Yes. She was a part of the Black Panther
movement
party. Yes. She was one of the lead people of this.
Is it Tupac's mom?
Tupac's mom.
Yeah.
I don't think so.
Okay.
I
Oh,
don't know.
what the world? Tupac's mom.
Somebody Shakir.
No.
Okay.
Y'all may not get this one.
I'm not getting it.
Yeah, you lost me at Afro.
All right, let me see if I can turn it on. That's it. Let me.
That
All
card
right.
says Angela Davis.
Huh?
Sorry. go
Yeah.
ahead.
Yes, it was Angela Davis. Goodness, looking at
I don't
people's
even know
cards.
who that is.
All right, you
Yeah,
know
I'm
what?
saying.
Since I ran out of cards, Flo, your go.
All right. Oh snap. Okay. So this person led a movement, was part of the civil rights movement, and people considered him like the opposite of Martin
Malcolm
Luther
X.
King. Yeah, you said it first.
Thank you.
Okay. This person is a famous singer.
Beyonce.
No. He's
Michael
one
Jackson.
yeah.
Wow.
This day just came.
Martin Luther
Martin
King
Luther-
Day. Oh, we neck and neck.
This lady is the
Oprah.
no, she is the wife of
Coretta Scott King.
the guy that you just
Oh,
said.
Michelle Obama.
Well, you got 3.
Yeah.
I guess you won.
Oh, I didn't even get to go.
All right. We'll do an honorary. Go ahead.
Okay. This lady, she is famous for having something on.
Oprah.
Yeah.
Ah!
Okay, the only other person.
Hold
I
on,
know.
you didn't know that other person?
You talking
No
about-
way.
I don't really know who that is. No, I don't. I think I know who you're talking about. We'll say it after. This guy has a place near Fort McPherson.
Tyler Perry.
Yeah.
Ooh. Woo.
Okay. Yeah, everybody else I don't know. But you were talking about Du Bois.
Yes.
Yeah, I don't know who that is.
Oh my lord.
W.E.B. Du Bois.
Or yeah.
Is it? That's how it's pronounced.
Du Bois.
So it's pronounced. It's like a French way.
Yes.
So is he French or is he?
I don't know. I don't know much about him either.
Okay.
I heard the name before, but
I definitely
don't know who
have.
he is.
Yeah, he was a civil rights activist. He's known for being right along with Booker T. I forgot. I think he was a professor.
Oh my God! Did I just win?
Yeah.
This is my first game. Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off. It just clicked in my head.
Nah, you good. Hey, get these cards. Dang it, I left the thing over there. What's it called? Urban Intellects. Get them. Support your fellow black people. Hopefully they black. What if they are white people that made these cards so they can benefit off the... Man, let me not get into my Dr. Umar. Anyway. All right. We are about to get into our topic of the day. This is an interesting one. Topic of the day. Let's see. Oh, it's a video. Is it gonna pop up? Or are you gonna work with me? Boom! There we go. All right. Topic of the day is about social cues and norms. We got a little video from Instagram.
3 things that people say that just lets you know that they are not a good communicator. Number 1, stop saying you're an introverted extrovert. No, you're not. You're just a little awkward. I don't know where this came from, but there's been this smear campaign that's so anti-extrovert. Just because you need to recharge after a social setting, just because you don't want to talk nonstop 24/7, I don't want to do that either. But it doesn't mean somehow I am both and neither of the same thing. Number 2, this is my least favorite. People that say they prefer deep conversation. Every good friend you've ever had, every great relationship you've ever formed in your life, at one point, you did not know that person at all. Stop blaming that person and instead work on yourself. How are you interacting with them to get to a deeper place? Okay, so number 3 is actually my least favorite, but I cannot stand people who hide behind this veneer of always trying to keep it real or not wanting to be disingenuous in social settings. Just say that you have no respect for the people you communicate or hang around and leave it at that. Being true to yourself and your actual identity is incredibly important, but at some level, you just have to be respectful of the environment you're in. Every single social environment, even the ones you have with your close friends, has social norms. They are not a bad thing. They're not an evil thing. In my opinion, I find it kind of disrespectful for people to just show up and say they're just being real, when in reality, they're just not minding the norms of the space they're in. If this video pissed you off, good. Let me know why in the comments.
So yeah, talking about social norms and social cues. Any first takes, first thoughts before I ask the question?
No, I don't have any first takes.
Flo, no first. You ain't got to. We can go right into the questions.
I just find it, or the last part that he was saying, I do kind of agree with. Sometimes people a lot of the times people who, or in my experience, a lot of times people who have decided to say, oh, I'm just a real person, or I just keep it real, are kind of rude.
Yeah.
With how they choose to keep it real. I think you can still keep it real, but I think if that's the way that you're gonna go, I think it's your job to kind of like filter.
Yeah.
Not necessarily filter, because then I guess that's not keeping it real, but just figure out a way for the person to receive it. Not necessarily just say it however you want to say it. And then you potentially are now opening yourself up to conflict and, just people not liking you just because.
Yeah. I guess we'll start with the last one. The question is 3 questions. So sorry. Is there a polite way to keep it real? Do y'all think there's a polite way to keep it real?
I do agree. I would say that it's a polite way to keep it real.
Yeah.
Just like what the guy was saying, like there are like social norms.
Yeah.
And I feel like it's okay to respect those social norms.
Yeah.
So so I do feel like it's a good way. There's a better way to keep it real. Like you can still tell somebody. One thing that I love to say is that there are 1,000 ways to say the exact same thing.
Yes.
So you can, as a person, choose which way you want to go about it.
Yep.
Do you want to be an a-hole, or do you want to like get somebody to actually see what you're trying to talk about?
Yes.
So that's kind of what Yeah, that's
Yeah.
kind of how I feel about it.
I especially in the black community, you meet a lot of people, but this is not just for black people. Because I've met some douchebag white people, who on the premise of keeping it real or they just being honest, they are horrible communicators. And in fact, I would say even to a degree, they are trying to be intentionally hurtful with their keeping it real. Because they have a lot of issues going on, probably even internally.
Yeah.
There was this one person where it was at a gathering of mine, and we was having social conversations and etc. And we were just talking about things and going back and forth with our opinions. And she said something, and in that moment, I was like, "Did she?" So I'm trying to, say something that's just going to keep it smooth or whatever. But I was like, hold on, she really said that. And it really bugged me because I'm like, I would never say something like that to anyone else in a social setting. But it's very difficult when it seems like people want to just say whatever that comes to their mind in the sense of keeping it real.
Yeah.
But I think it shows you more about the person. A lot of people like to hide under the pretense of, well, I'm going to just keep it real and et cetera, et cetera. It's actually better if you know how to keep it real to say whatever you got to say with love and kindness, or just knowing when to hold stuff.
Yeah.
If someone's on stage, say if you're at church and someone's on stage and they're singing horribly, that's not the time to be like, boo, you suck,
Yeah.
And so if we wouldn't do it like that, but this generation is getting bolder. But let me finish that thought. If we wouldn't do that, then we should not feel comfortable with doing it in this setting. You know what? Your hat too bright. I'm not. I think it's fine. I got hats like that and a jacket, shirt. Man, listen, I got so much neon. Anyway,
You're distracted.
huh?
I said you're getting distracted.
Right.
But my point is that this generation, though, is also getting a lot bolder. Even when it comes to performers, where they're willing to throw water bottles and just pretty much disrespect them. Tyler, the Creator, I think Coyle Ray, a few other people.
Ari Lennox.
I was just about to say Ari Lennox. A few
Yeah.
other people. Drake, even. I think it was Drake at a Tyler, the Creator's performance.
Oh, and 50 Cent, because he threw the mic back. Threw the mic at the crowd.
Yeah, 50 Cent, Cardi B. A lot of these performers have dealt with audiences being rowdy. Now, I don't know if this has been an ongoing thing before our time and we're just happening to seeing it because it's being recorded. But this generation for sure is getting very bold with even saying stuff about their teachers or whatever it is. Because everyone believes that everything is funny and everything, we live in a very much meme culture. So something can easily and quickly become a meme. And everyone likes to call it under the pretense of keeping it real, or I'm just saying, or whatever. So that is that one. Second question.
Did you have more to say about it?
Oh, no. That was like, I guess my first take was kind of that.
To the
Yeah.
answer.
Yeah. Second question. Can you be an ambivert? So his first question or his first statement was that there's no such thing as an introverted extrovert. For me, which in that title or what that would be under is an ambivert, who is mixed of both. I've always considered myself an ambivert. People would be like, oh no, you're an extrovert. I'm like, I get social anxiety. I get nervous. I get jitters. I talk to people just because I have to. But honestly, I would prefer to go into a room and just go into a corner. But because that's not going to get you anywhere. It's not going to get you friends, networking, or whatever it may be. I'm like, all right, I got to do this, I do have a social battery. I know some extroverts who can go on and on and on. One of them being my pops. Hey, pops. He can go all night. And I'm like, dude, man, it's 2:00 in the morning. He going more than me. I'm like, Jesus. So on top of the fact that my mother's an introvert, my dad's an extrovert. So therefore, I get the best of both worlds. Sometimes it's not the best. Sometimes it is. I don't know. But I consider myself an ambivert. But this dude is saying that there's no such thing. And I can agree with the pretense of what he's saying. So I don't know. What do y'all think?
I feel like ambivert is a word because that's a thing. So
Yeah. Yeah.
I was gonna say that.
Yeah.
I'm like,
so,
well, it is a word.
yeah. So I feel like there are people who would be
Ambivert.
ambiverts. Yeah. I guess for me, I don't know if I would consider myself that or not. I would have considered myself introverted. And I feel like big eye roll.
She's talking about, oh yeah, I went to this.
Don't
I went to
put-
this networking thing, and I
Okay.
met this person, and I met
Don't
that
put my
person.
business
I ain't
out.
gonna put your business out there. I'll put the professional business out there. But she was like, I met this person. I met this person. I be going here. I be going here. In fact, I went to this thing by myself because I just like going out by myself. Like she went through. I'm like, yo.
So that's what I'm saying. Like, I feel like before, like in high school and college, I was definitely more like introverted.
Why? Be honest.
Yeah. I don't know why. Because I feel like in high school, I didn't really talk to anybody unless they talked to me. Yeah, I wasn't like no popular girl or anything like that. Like I talked to popular people, but that's just because like some of them would start conversations with me. But like so then when we got into when I got into college, when we were in the dorm room, I had a roommate, but then she was like on the rowing team or whatever, so she ended up moving out. So I had the place to myself. I was very like super obsessed with Sims.
Oh my God, Sims is amazing.
Yes.
What year was this?
This was 2017, 2018. Yeah. So I was like super obsessed with Sims. So like it'll be a thing where I literally couldn't even go into my dorm room if I didn't finish my homework because I would hop on Sims and not get anything done.
Yeah.
So yeah, like my weekends was me stuck to my computer playing Sims. Like I wouldn't go out for
Really?
real. Yeah. And I feel like the only reason why I'm so much more social is because of modeling. I had to be, you know, and so now I'm a lot, and maybe confidence also. So that could be a thing, like not having as much confidence as I do now. So I don't know, like, because I would still consider myself, I don't know, like I get drained like being around a lot of people, but also I do enjoy being around people to the point where sometimes I get FOMO.
So you're an ambivert.
Yeah, so maybe that's the thing for me. Sir, living proof.
Do you feel like you didn't get your glow up until college or after college?
Oh, for sure after college.
Okay.
I feel like my senior year of college actually is when my glow up happened.
Okay. Well, that has a lot to do with it. I know for me, high school, I went to a predominantly white high school, and it was 90 of us in the entire high school. It was K through 12, and there's like different levels. So on the top level was a high school. Some people would consider me to be the popular kid. I knew everybody or whatever. And I was doing a lot of social things, so DJing or in sports or running for class president. All the teachers wanted me to be class president, but it was only two of us black kids, and the other black person was running for class president. So I'm like, I'm not gonna, it's like we gotta work together. Regretted it. All the teachers was like, you should have been.
Yeah, what?
But I ended up being secretary or something. Yeah, hated it. Anyway, so I wouldn't consider myself the popular kid, because I consider that the popular kid would be the person that everyone really liked.
Yeah.
I would say that I knew of everyone and I can have a conversation with everyone. My peak didn't come until like, I'm still in college. Technically, I'm like a super senior at this point. Got another year to go. Woohoo. My peak didn't come until like, I guess, junior year of college. Freshman year of college, I was apparently Lil Tech. I had braces. Locks was short. Had my Malcolm X glasses. Everyone was like, you look like Lil Tech. It was one person though who was like, I look like Jacquees, and I was like, all right,
That's
whatever.
funny.
So it wasn't until junior year. Then everyone like, he looked like Jacquees or Quavo or whatever. I'm like, all right, okay, feeling myself. But definitely confidence has a lot to do with it. I will also say though, sometimes it goes not sometimes it goes back to how you was raised. So like I said, my mom was an introvert or is an introvert. My dad is an extrovert. You're gonna know my dad as soon as you walk up in the church. Hallelujah! It like, man, bro, it's ridiculous. But my mom, she a little quiet, just gonna stay to herself. Unless you talk to her. So I got the best of both worlds.
I feel like both my parents were introverted.
Really?
Or are introverted.
Really?
Yeah, I feel like that. Yeah.
So who made the connection? Like, just two introverts, and they just like, you know what?
Well, introverts kind of gathered together.
Yeah. Yeah.
So that could have
see
probably been my. I feel like I consider I know I'm an introvert. Like I can be by myself perfectly fine in my room, perfectly fine. I gotta like force myself to be like, hey guys, are you guys cool? Everything good? To my friends. Yeah, I could be inside. Like I think a misconception about introverts is that like there's no desire to do anything, and I just think that it's just less than maybe what extroverts or ambiverts experience.
Yeah.
But his video, or in the beginning, it's like 3 things that makes you a bad communicator. I don't think a person being an ambivert makes you a bad communicator.
Yeah.
Because it's kind of like what, and then also the things that he described, I wouldn't even consider that in between introvert or extroverted. I would consider it to be just introverted. Like you just don't want to. You ran out of social battery life. You like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
All that type of stuff. But yeah, I think the communication aspect of it.
Yeah.
Bad communication comes from you not being confident in your opinions and talking to people more than what you prefer to be socially.
Yes.
So
I know.
I think that's a big aspect.
Yeah, I know. I definitely dealt with that. Leaving out of middle school, going into high school. It was my freshman year of high school that I realized I had to shift this, but I was a yes person. So anytime or anybody's opinion that was in the room, I would just agree with that, even if I definitely disagree with it, because you had a fear. I had a fear of not being accepted because of my different opinion. It wasn't until I guess freshman year of high school where I started realizing, no, I definitely disagree with you on that. No, I and people would be honest. Some people would be honest and be like, I respect that you are open with that.
Yeah.
Especially when you're surrounded by people who are trying to be yes people, and you can tell the people who are just like trying to not allow their opinion to be out there, or more specifically, just easily be accepted by people instead of standing on what you believe. So that is something I've definitely struggled with back in the day. Nowadays I'm willing to debate, I peacefully, but I like having a good, conversation, debate.
You know why, Gemini?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. All right.
I can relate to you on that though. That I'm a person who wouldn't really like try to go against the grain. Like if you're arguing about something, it wouldn't necessarily be like, oh, I'm gonna agree with you. It just more so be like, I'm not gonna really have an opinion on it. And I mean, like that's still kind of true to this day. Like there's not a lot of things that I would stay 10 toes down on.
Stand on business about.
Yeah, because I feel like I'm a person who can be swayed. Like if you're making a good argument, I will be like, I feel you. Like I can see where you're coming from, but it's not necessarily something that I will push or whatever. Like
no, that's it. I believe, again, similar to the ambivert introvert thing, I believe that you have to know how to do it, because I've had friends, because we disagreed on how we view the police, because we disagreed on the Black Lives Matter movement and how they go about certain things. You can't be my friend, and they were serious, and I'm like, all righty. And I had to recognize that there are some people who are too passionate about this stuff, whether it's gender wars, misogynist, feminist, politics, whatever it is. I'm like, at the end of the day, it's not that deep unless you make it deep. But it's an identity thing. And that's a whole nother conversation with Christians. I believe that Christianity is supposed to be your identity. You're supposed to identify in Christianity, but a lot of Christians don't know how to have open conversations with people without standing on, well, this is my thing. It's okay. That's your thing. No one's going to change what you believe, but make an open room and open conversation to hear other people so we can even have a better conversation on understanding you and your perspective. But a lot of it goes back to identity when we come across people who are just stand on business and this is what I believe. Anyway, last question with this topic. Is small talk necessary?
No. I think small talk is necessary. We naturally do it, like when we're getting to meet somebody at first.
Yeah.
I think when it gets tiring is when, like, maybe it's the third or fourth time that you're talking to somebody and you can't move past, hey, how's your day? How's your week?
How's the weather?
Right, the weather, or did you see this on? So, like, if you can't, it's not bad if you're not able to have a deeper conversation.
Yeah.
But it's kind of like, I guess, an indicator. Maybe we're just not meshing as much as I thought we could, because I feel like everybody who is able to, like, go past the small talk, like, there's a what's the word called?
Chemistry, vibe, connection.
It's an indication that, this could possibly...
You're so...
I was.
It's an indication that, okay, maybe, like, this could be a possible friendship amongst other things. But I think that's one of the things when you can move past just the basic surface level stuff.
Yeah, no, for sure. I think that small talk is necessary to answer the question. I think that we tend to hate it because no one likes having those awkward conversations of trying to figure out what should we talk about or whatever. But small talk is necessary when getting to know people. So therefore, you can kind of read the temperature on what they like, how they are. Before you go too deep into a conversation, you're able to feel the vibe. It's also necessary, if you do small talk correctly, it will lead into a nice, good conversation. Every conversation don't have to be deep. I used to think I was a person who just liked deep conversations, but Flo had to correct me is that it just really depends on the people that you're around. There's some people who are just not good at that, and also because they just don't want to. Anybody can make small talk with anybody. We choose if we want to dig a little deeper into that, whether it's because we're having a bad day, whether it's because we just think that this person won't be someone good to get to know, whatever it may be. Now it's telling Flo that you do a good job with that, with leaning into the leaning into conversations in a situation where you could just, all right, bye, deuces. You lean into that conversation, and because it creates rapport, and I love that. I love when people understand the social dynamic of creating rapport. So therefore, you can make a 7-hour drive not awkward. There was somebody who we had the opportunity to, or possibly to drive with, and I was like, nah, I ain't trying to drive that long with them. I'm like, they are very closed off. I'm like, it's gonna be mad awkward. So I was like, nah, I'm good. But I think social small talk is important. What you think?
I do think small talk is important because I do, like both of y'all were saying, it can lead into like a deeper conversation.
Yeah. Lost your thought?
No, I didn't lose my thought. I was just trying to think, like, because I am a person who would consider myself to say, like, I hate small talk.
Why?
Yeah. Why? Because why? I'm trying to think about
Are you trying to say a politically correct way?
No, not necessarily. I was just thinking about a time when with my ex, and I remember he was like talking about something, And that nigga, he would be so passionate about the stuff that he would talk about. And I guess he wanted me to be like, to have an opinion. Yeah. And I just didn't.
Oh, God.
Like, I just didn't have an opinion on it. And so I would just be.
How did you?
So I would just be like, I'd be like, okay, like, yeah, I feel you. And then he'd just be like, trying to be like, and I'm like, I don't have anything more to say. And it might have been a trauma response too, because he would also be a person to tell me my opinions were stupid. So like maybe that was like another thing.
That'll do it.
Yeah. So I would just be like, and I just remember at one time, there was one particular time when we had like a some whatever argument, whatever you want to call it. And I was just like, I just hate having small talk with you, but I don't know. Would that be considered small talk? I don't know, because it seemed like he was trying to pull something deeper. So maybe that's not a connection.
Oh, God. See, that's the scary part about you. I'm like,
what? You said that's the scary part about me?
The different stuff that you done said that you're willing to, it's the social norm. Since we're talking about it, the social norm, you be like, yeah, I was just like, I'm sorry, you got to get used to this. Or I was just like, no, I'm good. I'm like, oh, goodness, do I want to be around you? It seemed like as soon as.
Okay, pause. We need an example because I'm lost.
Let's see. I'm trying to see an example that won't put your business out there. I'll make a general example.
Okay.
I want to know that if I cooked something and you tasted the cooking, that even if you don't like it, you ain't gonna be making some sarcastic remarks. Oh yeah, I mean it's okay, but you want to go to Wendy's? Like, I feel like that would be you.
Oh, I'm very passive aggressive.
Yeah, that's the word.
Yes,
passive aggressive.
I'm very passive aggressive.
I cannot stand passive aggressive. I think people would prefer the aggression more than the passive aggressive. So I would say maybe there's something to work on. But anyway, my point is you tend to that was crazy. Talking about something, I don't like small talk with you.
Yeah.
We done. You can small talk with someone else. Goodness. You okay.
Well, okay. Before we just do a bashing situation, I think it's a lot more deeper than what she's willing to disclose on a podcast about her ex. Like, I think it's just, you know what I'm saying?
I get that.
Like, if I'm not about to go into details about an argument that we had, but I just say like a little snippet about something.
No, I get that.
But to other people, it may seem crazy, but I know all the details and you know all the details, so you know where I'm coming from.
Do you like small talk with me?
We don't do small talk.
Everybody does small talk.
We don't do it. All of the conversations that we've had have ended up being 5-6 hours. So explain to me where the small talk is at.
That's so cute.
So I would say small talk is like when you come in and I'm like, how's your day? He's like, good. Sometimes
but that'll turn into like longer conversations.
That's the point.
I think when people refer to small talk, it's like they're referring to, how's the weather outside? What'd you do today? And those questions are leading questions that can be like, oh yeah, man. Or if somebody wants to do deeper about the weather and be like, yeah, I was watching the news, there's a hurricane and da da da, and then you you can have like a longer conversation based off of that. But I think the small talk is just kind of like a filler when you don't, like, it just ends and it becomes awkward if you're not pushing into something else.
Yes, and that's the point. It is small talk is very awkward if you're not understanding the dynamic of it. The whole point is for you to show your personality through the small talk. So how's your day today? Man, let me tell you, you ain't got to tell everyone your business, but you should kind of have in your head something that you're willing to say that is surface level. Man, my boss, she was getting on my nerves. Why? Because that's going to trigger the other person. Be like, what? Man, my boss, she crazy too. And now you're connecting. And you're more so connecting on things that are very surface level, but it's letting me know you could be a good person. You could be a cool person that our energies meet. And at the same time, it does the opposite. It shows you that, hey, I don't think we gel because you seem to be kind of awkward. You just like to yourself. You don't like, and I'm like, hey, I'm in your face, and you like, oh.
Well, sometimes, I would say my experience with people who are very, I wouldn't say extroverted.
Yeah.
I would say high energy, because my natural energy is just kind of chill. Like I'm just unless I'm getting closer to you, then it's kind of okay, now my energy takes place. But if I don't know you, I'm coming very chill. But I've experienced people who it doesn't matter who you met, you're all the way like up 1,000.
Yeah.
And then so it kind of like shocks you. You're like, oh, like
I'll push back on that though. With being around you, you're chill when you don't know the situation, when you don't know people. But if that person is meeting you, and like they are able to, like they have a similar personality, or the topic maybe is Love is Blind, or maybe it's talking about beauty and eyelashes or whatever, you then get excited. And if the person knows how to keep that energy, you keep going.
I feel like me and you've had moments like that where when we're talking and we're able to like, you'll be like, girl, I just don't understand why people have to like say anything about in the comments. Like
Exactly. And so that dynamic is supposed to lead into a deeper dynamic, because you're like, you know what, you cool. You're supposed to lead from that interaction. And small talk is sometimes meant to be small. Before, like for instance, sometimes when we go to church, it's like small talk before going into the main part, or you're sitting next to someone and you can't really have a whole deep conversation, but the small talk is supposed to be an indicator that you're a cool person. Let's get to know each other outside of here. Let's exchange social contacts, whatever it is, and then we link up and see. So when people say that whole deep conversation, I think it's just that they prefer deep conversation instead of small talk. I think they just have a sense of social anxiety with meeting people, or they're just not comfortable enough in themselves, because you can catch anybody, introverted, ambivert, or extrovert, around people that they're cool with. They're cool. So it's just trying to meet people that match your energy.
Yeah. And I was going to go back to the story I was saying. I don't think it was small talk necessarily. I don't think that's what we and him were doing. So even in that sense, when I told him I hate having small talk with him, well, we weren't even having small talk. It was the fact that he was trying to get like deeper with me, and it just wasn't, I just wasn't going there. But that's because of other stuff. Yeah.
And by this point, you was done with it, and so he was just annoying and da 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 da.
Yeah, because it was just like, dang, nigga, like I don't really care about what you're talking to right now.
Jesus. At that point, you should have been tapped out. God.
Yeah, you're right about that. I definitely stayed in that relationship a lot longer.
Wow.
Than I should have.
That'll be a therapy session number 2 next episode. Okay. So I think we're kind of all on the same page with all these different, social cues. Let's move on to our funny, but I'm cool. Y'all cool? I'm a little chilly. It ain't hot this time after this topic of the day. I'm cool.
Oh, yeah, that's funny. Yeah, it's good.
All right. Let's move on to the fun.
You get it? Yeah. I'm like, what are we talking about right now?
There we go. All right, so we got the funny bone. This is I don't know. Y'all may find this funny. I don't know. Apparently, DC Young Fly, Boozy, and Desi was at the Hawks game. And they were supposed to be swagging and surfing. I think they were just drunk. Tipsy.
They had to be drunk.
See the Hawks guy in the back trying to mimic what they're doing.
Not the DJ talking about what you doing. What? Do you see the white girl? Yes.
What the world? Hey, that's Taylor Swift back there. That was Taylor Swift back there.
Whoa.
Hold on. Speaking of Taylor Swift. All right, hold on. Since we just said Taylor Swift, I got to bring this up. Did y'all see it? Y'all know what I'm talking about?
No.
When Taylor Swift was swag surfing.
What do you mean?
Let's see. I think that's it right.
Pass the word up, tell them to play swag surf. We really need that. Go on, send a text message out, tell them to play swag surf.
Is there a significance with this song in like the Chiefs, or is this just a banger that you guys like?
I think it's always kind of been since.
Okay, we can mute that.
The commentary was the most funny part.
You think so?
To me,
Big time moment, big time drive in the game for our defense. They play a highlight video that has swag surf on it.
Nice.
As a song.
That's
And since I really want to say since I've been here, it's been
You guys like
Right there.
song in like the
Wait,
Chiefs, or is
okay,
this
let me
just
just pause it.
a banger that you
That's her right there in the white hat.
guys like?
I think it's always kind of been
okay. We're grabbing the air.
since I've been here, it's been a huge.
But listen, she was no worse than DC and
Yeah.
Boozy.
But they're like, I'm sure they know how to do it. I think
Yeah.
they're just making
They're
fun.
trolling.
They're
They
actual
were.
comedians.
They were.
You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying?
Exactly. Everyone was like, Boozy is hilarious. That man is hilarious.
Yeah.
The stuff that he be saying, y'all may agree on some stuff.
Me and Boosie, or however you pronounce it.
But I just thought that was funny. Anyway, let's move into our trending topic. What's our first trending topic? Yeah. So apparently over the weekend, I don't know why I'm saying weekend. It is still week. This week or today, UGM, the world's biggest
It's
music.
UMG.
Thank you. I have dyslexia. UMG, the world's biggest music company, says that they will remove their artists' music from TikTok this Wednesday, which was yesterday, when their contract expires after failing to reach new agreement on fair compensation. So Taylor Swift, Drake, was that SZA, Rihanna, Billie Eilish, Nicki Minaj, what's his name?
I don't know who that is.
You don't know who that is?
I don't know who that
He's
is.
the Hispanic Drake or the Latin Drake.
Bad Bunny?
Bad Bunny.
Oh, okay.
Ariana Grande, B2K, Weeknd.
So basically everybody. Because
A lot of famous people. Yeah, a lot.
I
of
never
famous
even
people.
heard of UMG.
what is that? I thought.
It is a distributing music group, I believe. And so I think
if somebody puts, like, say if you know how the new feature where you can add it to Spotify playlist or whatever.
yeah.
So what if somebody just has, like, you know how, like, if I do a TikTok and I don't add music behind it, but I'm playing it in the background, so my video will get taken down. So if it's even if it's like playing in the background and I'm just,
Yep.
that's crazy.
I don't know if it was taken down or just muted, but
Because they will mute it in a heartbeat.
yeah. But either way, it's basically not able to be used no more. So yeah.
They better fix that, because you're not gonna get no more dances, no more nothing.
So I mean, I don't know who was in the wrong. I guess we'll find out more later. But either UMG, said it right? Yeah.
But so
UMG.
do they get compensation on Instagram?
All the places. I should know all this stuff a little bit better, but basically, I believe that UMG is a distributing company, and they own like the rights to certain to like the music, and it gets kind of complicated, but it's not complicated if you just know. And so basically, they earn percentages off of every time it's played, just like streaming, et cetera, et cetera. If the contract is good, Drake and all these people, Taylor Swift, they're getting money cut from it, and et cetera, et cetera. But sometimes the contracts are terrible, so sometimes they're making all the profit off of the artist's songs. Either way, what was your question? I went down the rabbit hole. But regardless, it's
I don't remember the question. It's okay.
we both lost.
You got lost. I'm lost because I don't even remember. Like, you was talking about other stuff.
It was basically just saying like, what the point you were saying was if you have it playing in the
Oh
background.
yeah, it's like your
yeah.
own sound. Like,
Yep.
you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's cut, which is
Do you
not
think that's
good.
real? Is that actually gonna happen?
No, it happened already. A lot of content creators been coming out saying, because February 1st is when it officially happened, and they said
today. So today.
Yeah, well, today that we're recording this, yes. So it's
Today
quite
is
interesting.
actually February 1st.
It is.
You said, okay. You said it went live February 1st. So it went live
how'd they
today.
know
At
it left-
midnight. Yeah, today at midnight.
At midnight,
11:59 to 12.
Okay.
So yeah, so it's not good for artists because TikTok is one of the biggest platforms.
Yeah.
And in the past few years have been the platform to kind of go viral on, to allow your music to become popular, get a lot of streams, get a lot of money, et cetera, et cetera. Now, granted, these are their biggest artists that we would know, but imagine all the smaller artists who are on or under them.
Okay, so sorry, I'm just kind of confused. So this is not a record label.
We can look it up.
Because how are they under it? But Drake has his own thing. How do they have control of that?
What is... Let's see. One of y'all got better eyes than me. Y'all want to read that?
I can't.
Oh gosh. All right, let me see. Is that it? Yeah, that's it. Okay, that's where it's saying it's located. What is it? Netherlands.
Okay, I'll read it.
Okay.
The biggest music company in the world. It is one of the big 3 record labels, along with Sony Music and Warner Music Group.
Yeah.
Tencent acquired 10% of Universal Music Group in March 2020 for $3 billion and acquired an additional 10% stake in January.
So basically, they are the big company that owns all the little record labels, or one of the, like they said, Sony, Warner Brothers, Warner Music, and
so they are a record label.
Yeah, they are a record label. I thought they were just distributing.
So okay, I mean, this may be a little bit off topic, but I thought Drake had his own record label.
So J. Cole has his own record label. Reach Records is a separate record label. What happens is these big record labels, Sony, Universal, Warner, they will buy a percentage or have a big popular artist make a label. And so basically that artist is the face of it. And there is cuts and deals that's made where they make certain percentages and etc.
So basically, UMG is an umbrella, and all the other record labels fall under that umbrella.
Yeah, exactly.
So it's a monopoly.
Yeah.
Wow, that was illegal, but okay.
Well, there's ways to get around it, obviously,
Right.
and it's a good.
This is new. It says, oh wait, never mind. It's not a new company. It just went public in 2021.
Yeah, so people were able to buy into it. I think.
Right.
The point is that it's a good deal technically for artists because you have connections to all these great things, finances, opportunities, places that you can perform at, and etc. Working with different artists or whatever. But in this case, when the big umbrella is not able to make an agreement, it affects so many people.
Right.
Yeah. So I guess we'll hear more about it going forward. But
Well, TikTok is not making that much money. I mean, compared to the other social media platforms like Meta.
Yeah.
Because I think that was one of the things of why the ads are being pushed so much. And some creators have been complaining about not receiving as much money now. And, they're trying to push the family-friendly thing so they can get more advertisers to pay to be on their platform.
So TikTok themselves are not making that much money, but streams are streams. So
but
Universal,
if they can't pay them to keep their artists on there, then that's why that's what they're saying that they essentially left for, is because TikTok is not giving them a good enough compensation for it. But it's like a rock and a hard place because that's going to change. If TikTok tries to get more money or figure out a way, it might change the way that we're even using it now.
Yeah, no, definitely. So it's very, I guess, sad for anyone who's up under the record label. So hopefully they come to an agreement. Hopefully they'll be able to revisit it. But as we said, it's the big umbrella. So yeah. The next topic of the day. I'm still on Funny Bone. My bad, y'all. Let's boom. There we go. All right. The next topic of the day is Nicki diss back. You laugh.
Because it's laughable.
I saw so many parodies on TikTok of people doing that. Yeah.
What y'all think?
I think it was trash.
It was trash?
Yes. The song is trash. I don't like it. I don't think it was good enough. I don't think, like, you did all of that just to give that. I don't understand. And there was a tweet, I think Nicki herself did the tweet where she was like, oh, you know, for my slow barbs, you'll get the this or whatever. And I'm just like, no, it's still trash even if I get it later. Like, you said everything that you said on the song. You tweeted it.
That's what people were saying. Yeah, the people were saying in the because I don't have Twitter, or I have Twitter, but I'm not like caught up with Twitter or whatever.
Yeah.
But people in the comments were saying that the whole song was basically just the tweets that she's made.
Yeah.
Which to me is kind of like, that's trash.
It sounded like she recorded it at home, sent it to her engineer, and was like, fix this up in an hour, posted it. Yeah.
The only catchy part was lying on your dead mama.
Lying on your dead mama. On your dead mama. Lying on your dead
It's so
mama.
bad, but
On your dead mama. Yeah.
And then the monologue at the end was just really.
Was she like whispering? Like
she was like, and you did it, and did it, but let me tell you, you got 24 hours, and I'm just like, are you okay?
It sounded like she was in one of them Twitter chat rooms late at night, not trying to wake up her
Where
husband.
she's been for the past, what is this, a week now? She's been on Twitter going crazy. I just,
so crazy.
It's some people, all the barbs obviously are like, yeah, this is the song, clap back. But I'm like, and then, there was this other tweet where somebody was saying that basically the barbs know that it's a trash song. So they're telling the fan base to go run up other artist streams so that Megan can't get number one because they already know the song is trash.
Wow. Yeah, I don't know. There's been so many different commentary on Nicki Minaj and her response to this, and just a response over the past however many years, I think 5, 6, 7 years. People have been saying that it's kind of been like a downward spiral. I don't know if she's dealing with things mentally, and she needs help with that. I do know I was not feeling her music up until I was a Nicki fan. And then with her latest stuff in the past 2 or 3 years, I wasn't feeling it. The different little singles or whatever, I understood what she was trying to do, the TikTok stuff or whatever. But then her last album, all right, cool, I get with this.
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
then
it was really
this, right after her album.
And her ticket sales are going way down. They even changed, so like her venue, at first it was the whole stadium, but now they pushed the stage up, and
It's half of the stadium.
yeah, it's half the stadium, and her ticket sales gone down 40%, and people are reselling her tickets.
Yeah.
Like, so to what you were saying the other day, the other episode, when you were saying it's a PR stunt, from my understanding, PR stunts is supposed to help the artists,
Yeah.
not make them lose money.
Yeah, someone was saying
for this,
that.
it's like, no, this is not no PR stunt. You actually lost it.
Someone was saying that her old team was good for her, and now it seems like she has a new team or whatever, and she's not. Yeah, I don't know. I was just thinking and trying to be optimistic, because you see this happen with all the artists all the time, where they use the bad press as a good press, and boom, everything goes up. Boom, boom, boom,
She's the
boom.
one who created the bad press.
Yeah, No, but I'm
else
saying
did
they
that.
use the bad press. They make whether they make it like Kanye does, or they will use the bad press to make everything go up. No, Cat Williams did with the whole interview.
Right.
So I don't know.
I don't know if this is correct or not, because I didn't really pay attention to the song and the lyrics that were said. But didn't she say something about her having like 1 foot?
Call her
Yeah,
Bigfoot,
she
right?
was like Bigfoot, get up on your good foot or something like that. But then I think somebody else was like, there was like a contradiction in the song.
That's what I was about to
Because it was
say.
like, wait, so was she shot or not?
Right.
Because you keep talking about something, get up on your good foot, then you calling her a fragmented B word and all that type of stuff. It is like, so you yourself, and then she was also saying humping on a minor, and then people were like, oh, I wouldn't talk about that.
Yeah,
if I were you.
Yeah. Yeah.
So it's just a lot.
Oh, man.
Yeah, that's why I said it feels like she went into the studio by herself, and she sent it to her engineer, have this done in an hour, and they put it out. Because ain't no way no one was in the studio and approved that unless she's on her Kanye era now. Yeah, so
What do you mean by that?
Kanye?
When you be mentioning Kanye, yeah, like what are you trying to get at?
Well, Kanye just everything. So Kanye being mentally unstable, Kanye saying whatever he want to say and not caring about what people's reaction is, Kanye purposely saying different things or trying to do different things to get people's reactions, people not wanting to work with Kanye anymore, or people saying that the environment Kanye was making was a very aggressive environment. One of his artists that he kind of brought up, Chance the Rapper, there was video surfacing of him basically yelling at him, "Don't tell me what to do in my session," and it was crazy. So Kanye has been on a rampage of the past few years. So, but because he's such a great artist, is why the continuous contradictions of his fan base and everyone else. Should we support him? Should we not? Is he on the downward spiral? Is he not? But Nicki on Twitter going downward spiral, and at least with this song, ain't that good. So I don't know. It's very sad. I wish she just would go out on top. Maybe she's gonna make another comeback. Who knows? I thought she was gonna retire. Didn't she say 2 years she was retiring?
A while ago, but I think she was just like,
Publicity
maybe she just want to, take time with family. She had a baby and all of that. So
maybe. Yeah, it's just a lot of things that just not adding up. But just like with Kanye, well, we don't know what's.
They're still married.
Who?
Nicki.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's.
That's why she's going on, because they're married.
I could have sworn I saw something about them getting a divorce.
Maybe
You think
maybe they
about Cardi
weren't.
and Offset?
No, I think I heard the same thing, but I think like it was on and off or something like that.
Because I know he had recently went off on Offset or threatened Offset.
I think they fought.
No, it was internet.
Oh, was
stuff.
that Chris Brown?
Is Nicki's husband her baby's father?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah. Papa Bear. Is that his real name?
I don't know.
No. Okay.
I don't think anybody knows his real name, right?
I don't think so, because I think somebody was saying maybe I think the Papa Bear, she used to call that her, or like something that she used to call her dad or something. I'm not 1,000% sure. I don't know, but I'm pretty sure that's a nickname.
Hey Barbs, come in the comments.
Don't summon nobody.
Not summon.
Yes, because they are literally, I mean, granted, somebody did say something about the doxing thing, and that, like if you really wanted to find somebody, you could. It's the fact that you're sending people out to harass people, which is like, no.
Yeah.
I mean, if you like, yeah, that's.
Yeah, harassment and whether I guess in-person harassment or internet harassment. But anyway, yeah, I hope she got something stirring in the pot. Come out with a mixtape or something. At least when after the whole Meg and Tory Lanez thing, at least Tory came out with a decent project before
I didn't listen to it.
Before he went to jail. But this here, yeah. Anyway, to our next topic. Black woman dies giving birth. Do y'all want me to play the thing I sent y'all, or y'all just want to recap it?
We can just recap it.
Okay.
I can actually pull it up on the thing.
It was interesting.
Okay, so basically,
Go ahead.
basically, this 30-year-old black mom, Kristen Fields, died giving birth by C-section last November, and the family is suing the hospital. It's a $42 million lawsuit. On November 12th, she went into labor with her third child, and then the baby's heart rate started to drop, so the family was told that she needed an emergency C-section. Fields objected, but because her doula wasn't there to advocate for her.
What's a doula?
I don't know how to explain it, but
It's
it's like,
Yeah, you can look it up actually.
yeah, get the proper definition.
D-U-L-A?
D-O-U-L-A.
D-O-U-L-A. A woman typically without formal, what's that say?
Obstetric.
That word, training, who is employed to provide guidance and support to a pregnant woman during labor. Okay.
Right, so guidance. She wasn't there to advocate for her, and they ignored the lady, and the fiance was removed from the room, and then they proceeded with the surgery. Hours after the son was delivered, she bled to death. The cause of death was uterine, I always struggle with this, arterial injury? Arterial injury, which is a life-threatening condition that causes bleeding and hemorrhaging. The hospital staff was not properly monitoring the mom, and when her fiance noticed Fields' deteriorating condition, he alerted a nurse, but it was too late. Wow. Following an investigation, New York State investigators concluded that the hospital violated several federal health and safety standards. Just a little bit statistics. In New York City alone, Black women are 9 times more likely to die during childbirth than a white woman. Nationally, Black women have the highest maternal mortality rate and are nearly 3 times more likely to die from childbirth than any other race.
Yeah. When
Black women should be entering an era of celebrating life, healthy Black women are instead facing death. According to recent statistics, 85% of these cases are preventable.
What are your thoughts?
It is really sad that happened to her, especially because of the fact that she objected to wanting to get the C-section. And it just kind of goes back to what we were talking about of like how doctors don't really, the reason why some black women have like resistance to even wanting to go to their doctor is because we are not being heard.
Wow.
We're either being said that we're over exaggerating, it's not that serious, or like just basically downplaying how we're actually feeling. And I brought up the example of like the show that I was watching, Mixed Dish, where they basically had an episode about that, and within that episode she just basically said like with her first child she went through like complications or whatever, and the reason why she was going through those complications was because the doctor wasn't listening. And I just feel like that is a case that can be a case for like many women, and that's what happened. And unfortunately, like, she lost her life, and like and the fact that it said it could have been prevented is also more like saddening, because it's like, what were y'all doing as doctors? Like, why? They said that they didn't follow like regulations, like certain hospital regulations or whatever. Like, that's ridiculous. And yeah, it's just frustrating.
I guess it's a matter of trying to figure out what is it. Is it that when you get comfortable doing your job.
No, I don't think it's, for me, I understand people might want to say, what is it? I think the answer is simple, on the fact that, combined with the fact that people kind of look at black women as just less than, it's racism. When you like go to school and they talk about science and they talk about like the origins of a lot of the stuff that our whole society is built on, as far as in medicine.
Yeah.
It's not, people don't, people never looked at black people as human beings. Everything's based off of white people.
Yep.
So, you know, like when you think about, okay, they were using, what bodies were they using to figure this stuff out? Black people.
Yeah.
What kind of, like, you experiment on people, and then you put this image about them out in the front, and then you minimize people's pain. And it's not the fact that you can't understand when somebody's saying, hey, something's wrong.
Yeah.
It's not that. It's the underlying racist part of it that you automatically think, oh no, something can't be wrong because this is a black person. They have a higher pain threshold automatically.
And it's also a sense of just seeing yourself in that person. I think sometimes it may not even be that deep, that when you can relate to seeing a white person, and you're white, and so therefore, oh, they're going through pain. Oh no, I gotta. But a black person, you're like, it's all right, whatever.
But why would you? I kind of disagree with that, because if I see a white person going through pain, I'm not thinking of it less than.
Yes, I am.
If I see a
I was about to say, I'm not gonna lie. And from a humanity aspect, yes, but at the same time, we have this inherent thing in us to look out for our own. And so,
right, but I understand if it's like a little bit, like, say if the person may be being a little bit dramatic or whatever, I understand from that aspect. But if somebody, you could clearly see like something, like this person's bleeding, like it's no longer color for me, like this person is hurt, or you know what I'm saying?
No,
I understand
agree.
more simpler things, like maybe the person got a paper cut and now all of a sudden everybody needs to stop the world because this person is doing that.
Yeah.
But first of all, I'm not a doctor. None of us are doctors, so we're not required to be able to tell what's going on with the person. If you are in the medical field and somebody's saying to you that they are having a pain here, or they're having a pain there, it's your job. That's what you signed up for. We're not talking about personal preference. You, as a doctor, you have to operate on whoever comes in there and they are hurt, whether they are black, white, Hispanic, whether they killed somebody, whether they murdered somebody, whether they're a pedophile. You have to do it. That's your job.
Yeah.
So I don't care what personal preferences you might have. Then you should have never took it.
Yeah.
You should have never got the job. Yeah. You are literally 85% of these deaths can be preventable, is something that people should be outraged about, because that is too high. You are literally killing people. For me, that's, what's the thing, second degree murder basically, or involuntary manslaughter. Like, you are literally watching people die, because what is the excuse? If it's preventable, there's no excuse. There's nothing that should be said besides, I did not do my job. And quite frankly, maybe you need to lose your license. Maybe you need to lose your certification, because the statistics should be way lower. It should be 10% of these are preventable, because we've been doing our job, because we've been taking care of these patients, not black, white patients. That's what we come to the hospital. I shouldn't have to be scared to go to the hospital as a black woman, because there's no other option for me. It's either the hospital or I figure out what to do at home. But I know if I go to the hospital, they may not treat me correctly, and I may come out with worse injuries.
Do women have a choice in who delivers their baby? Or is it like you have your primary doctor, but then you go to the emergency room and they just, whoever's there?
I think it's supposed to, your OB, you have a person that you deal with throughout the entire pregnancy, and then they deliver.
That OBGYN delivers the baby?
If the person is not there, then they might get somebody they're not familiar with.
But what's the chances of, because everyone goes into labor at different times, so wouldn't it be that your doctor may not be available, or you call them?
On call, yeah.
And
Doctors
also
will be on
due
call.
date. So most people have I mean, granted, I know like everybody doesn't go on the exact due date, but it's kind of like, oh, I've been feeling this or been feeling that, or when you go on the checkups, the doctor's like, okay, it looks like you might come earlier, you might come later, it's not moving. Like there's a lot of stuff that happens.
Yeah.
So
basically, I guess my question is, you do know the doctor before all this happens?
Yeah. Essentially, you are supposed to have like a relationship with that doctor because they've been there from the beginning.
Wow.
But if you also, sometimes the stuff doesn't even happen just during like labor. If the person is saying, hey, I'm not feeling good as far as when I go on my checkups, but you may not have any other options to just get up and switch a provider because of insurance reasons. Like there's a bunch of stuff. And so some people may be like, well, just get a different doctor. One, there's not a lot of just black doctors. It shouldn't just be black. That's the only place I can feel safe if I'm going to the doctor's office.
Yeah, but as we saw though, I forgot that lady doctor name, who's basically
who decapitated the baby.
There's that one. I think that was here in Atlanta or something. But then there's another one, just a doc. She's been going viral the past few weeks.
Oh, I'm not familiar with that. I mean, like, I know who you're referring to, but I'm not familiar with what she does.
It was just that she was saying a lot of anti-black things when it came to the medical stuff, and she's had a track record of basically not treating black patients well, and et cetera, et cetera. So it's it's disheartening. I know you were saying that you would do an at-home birth.
Yeah, whenever I do have a baby, I definitely want to do an at-home birth. Yeah. I don't know if I want to do a water birth or a lotus birth, but
what's a lotus birth?
A lotus birth is when you keep the placenta attached and just wait for it to naturally fall off the baby.
The thing that's around it.
Mm-hmm.
So, wait.
Okay,
confused.
So the placenta is attached to the baby through the umbilical cord.
Yeah.
Right.
So basically, when I give birth, then I would give the second birth would be the placenta, but it would still be attached to the baby instead of like cutting the cord.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I wouldn't cut the cord. I would want the placenta to stay attached to the baby until it naturally falls off.
How long does it usually
Somewhere
take?
like 3 days.
Mm-hmm.
So it's just
no.
I mean,
so
you could cover or whatever.
Yeah. So basically, what some people do is like they'll put like flowers and different herbs on top of the placenta so it like looks pretty or whatever. But it's like essentially still attached to the baby.
And it's still attached to you.
No, I gave birth to it.
Yeah,
like,
it's not
connected to me.
The cord is connected to the
baby
placenta. Yeah. So why do they to immediately?
Because when you give birth to it, you give like birth twice, I guess.
Yeah, you give birth twice.
Wow.
So you got to keep pushing. Like after the baby comes out, then they're like, okay, you got to push again to get it out.
I didn't know that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Jesus.
Yeah, and some people like whenever you cut first of all, doctors are really quick about cutting the umbilical cord. I mean, because the placenta holds a lot of like what is the correct term? I want to say vitamins, nutrients, or whatever. It's like very beneficial, which is why some women like will take like placenta pills or like they'll make teas out of the placenta.
Haven't some people like eaten their placenta?
Yeah, so that's what I mean. Like either pills, doing it in a tea, or like stuff like that. But it is known that like they're really quick to want to take it because it holds other stuff so they can use it for like other stuff, conspiracy, whatever. But like the placenta holds a lot of like vitamins and nutrients that specifically should be for the baby, so keeping it intact will allow the baby to like basically suck all that up. But like when you cut it, like then they just lost their source pretty much.
But isn't there a way to supplement? No.
vaccines, I guess. I'm very anti-vaccine, so yeah.
Sounds like another
So,
conversation.
so is there like studies about like, you know, I guess comparison as far as people who have done the lotus birth and their kid not necessarily needing some of the vaccines?
Yeah, I don't know actually. I haven't actually like went that dive deep into that to see like what the statistics are specifically for that.
Right.
Yeah, it was just more so like the benefits of like why you would want to lotus birth.
Wow.
But that's a good, I would like to know like what the statistics is, because it's like lotus birth, I'm pretty sure it's not like that popular.
Right.
Yeah,
Yeah, I've never heard of that.
Mm-hmm.
I wonder if, because as you were saying that, I'm thinking like, what did we used to do when there wasn't like all of the stuff that we had? Was it just the lotus birth?
Mm-hmm.
Did they figure out a way to like cut it? Like, why did we start cutting it to begin with if we have all the vitamins connected to it? Or was it like, you know what I'm saying? All that type of stuff.
Yeah.
Wow.
And I would love, like in my perfect world, I would love to have a water lotus birth, but I don't know if the water will mess up the placenta or like it being attached or not. So I don't know. I would have to do more research.
Well, I just like off of, I don't know, because how long can the baby stay in the water after you gave birth to it? Because don't like, unless you like do it really quickly, like give birth to the placenta, then the baby would have to stay in a little bit. Or maybe because the umbilical cord is long, they don't have to stay in. I don't know.
Yeah.
It's kind of.
Wait, what are you asking?
So
Well,
because of how short or long the cord may be, the baby may have to stay in the water.
No, yeah, because like depending on how you are in the water, like and plus the water wouldn't be that deep, so you could pick the baby up and then still
Okay.
Goodness.
Yeah.
But
And you wonder why I don't want to look at that.
Well, how do you think people feel, like, you know, women who have to actually go through it?
Shout out to my best friend, because she told me if I did a water birth, she would hop in the pool with me with all my liquids and everything. I love that woman.
Does it stink? Does it stink?
Look, man, you know, you're being so squeamish. Like, we actually have to prepare for this type of stuff. Like, we don't just get born being okay with the idea of birth. Especially when literally, as a black person, I'm more likely to die.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Also, like another thing. Oh, this is so cringy. But like, there's like a such thing as ripping, like where it will rip to your
butthole.
That sounds so crazy. Oh my gosh. Yeah,
Wait a minute.
that's so scary to me. Like that's to be honest, that's one of the scariest things that I am about like giving birth, is like the potentiality of me ripping. Yeah, they will stitch it.
But like, then I gotta stay in the hospital for a bit, because I'm not trying to have to use it and then it just come back open. Oh my god. Oh, that makes sense though, because the wall is so thin between.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, it's so.
Bro, that's even more shocking. There's this lady on TikTok, or I don't know who it is, but she has like this list of reasons not to get pregnant. She's like I see the video. She's like on 400 list.
Oh my
reason
God.
400 and something, because
What?
you know, people share their things. I saw this one thing on Twitter where this lady was like, "Oh yeah, I lost my nipple, just fell off breastfeeding." And I was like, "Excuse me?" And she was like, "Yeah, it just kind of fell out." And then she tried to like put it back in. And I was like, wait a minute. So I go to my mom, because, you know, that's the other person I can go to.
Right.
I'm like, this lady said she lost her nipple because her baby was like breastfeeding or like sucking so hard. And my mom was just like, you guys cannot look at these videos and think this is gonna happen to you. Like, but I'm like, but so can it happen?
Yeah,
though?
can it happen though? Like,
So I was like, look, I don't know if
Oh
future
my
baby's about to get
God.
breastfed if I'm about to start losing nipples.
But I did say that the other day, though, is that we can't look at all of these videos of horrific things that happen and then think, oh, all of that's going to happen to me.
Right.
And then scare us to where, because the most complication that my mom said that she had was that she had fibroids. So they had to do a C-section because I was trying to come out and it was blocking the entryway, whatever. And so that was it. She hasn't said nothing else that was traumatic, her nipple falling off or whatever.
Yeah.
But because we're hearing all of these different stories from across the globe, or y'all may think it will happen to y'all.
Right. Do not include yourself in that.
You won't even get in the water. Come on,
I can also like relate to your story, like with my cousin, because one of my cousins, when she gave birth, she literally said like the baby felt like it just slipped out. Like it wasn't even, she didn't have many complications. It wasn't a lot of pushing. Wow. So yeah, there are like good stories.
Maybe this is a little too graphic. Do you think the slipping out may have something to do with her natural expansion?
Okay, let me educate you on something real quick. A woman's vagina, if her vagina, you do realize the baby's head is like 10 centimeters wide.
Yeah.
Our body
it's so much wider than that. You just have to be 10. Yeah, you have to be dilated 10 centimeters just to be able to push. 10
centimeters. So, and I saw the little thing. That thing is not small. It is not like nobody's vagina is 10 centimeters wide. Okay, naturally, that doesn't make sense. That's like you can't hold nothing up there, like liquids or nothing. Everything's just no.
Funny.
Okay.
No.
But I don't think it had anything to do with that. I feel like what she said is that she like walked around a lot and she was drinking a lot of water. So I don't know if that is the reason. Yeah. So
yeah, I think there's always, I think I think it's just like one spectrum from the other. Like before, people didn't really know a lot, but now everybody is like, oh well, we don't want people not to know, so let me just share my story. I think to balance it, maybe we should, or the conversation should be more about like, what is it called, prenatal care, and like what we can do to make sure our births are less painful and things like that, like being active, and because a lot of people don't even know that being active can be very beneficial to your birth. And I mean, unless you literally can't, because there are some people who can't do it at all. But there's a lot of stuff that people should talk about before, like how they prepared, how they did all of that.
Wow.
But to take it back though to this lady, it's I don't know what the solution is, what the solution would be for Black women to be able to feel more comfortable, because I know like it gets to a point where I don't know if it's like I know this is something that has been happening like years and years ago, but like people are taking like herbalism a lot more seriously and like trying to stay away from like Western medicine altogether, and like trying to be educated with like what are the natural substance of this actual earth that can help me. And I mean, like, I don't see anything wrong with that either. I'm definitely a person who like I don't take medicine at all, like, or I'm not gonna say at all, but I choose not to take medicine. In some cases I would just rather like go through it or drink water. Like that's one of my
drink
cures.
Water and mind your business.
That's one of my cures to everything. Like if my stomach's hurting, if I have a headache, if I have like anything, I'm like, drink water. So yeah.
Wow.
I definitely agree with a lot of herbal stuff because I know like during COVID, oh my God. Okay, the WhatsApp app, everybody was giving all of the little remedies.
Zinc, magnesium.
When I caught COVID, my mom came up with the vitamins. She was like, take this, take this. And then we had like this COVID tea that we would drink, and it would just be like a nastiest thing I've ever had. But it was literally every herb that was in there. Then also like if you feel the scratchiness in your throat, eat a raw garlic clove.
Yes, my
Oh
mom
my
told me
God.
to do that.
When I did that the first time, I was like I did not know it was that, spicy, but after a few times, it actually works. I
It
thought
does
they
work.
were like, sometimes when you're raised in America, you're just kind of like, bro, whatever. Give me the medicine. But when it starts working, you're like, whoa. And then you're kind of like, okay, like there's some truth to this herbal thing. It's not just looking at our parents crazy.
Well, and then you have to also remember medicine is fairly new. Like,
yeah, that's true.
yeah, so it's just like new is like
within the past
that's
2-3 centuries.
right. So that's what I mean. But like people who were sick back in when humans were just evolving, like they didn't have the option to be like, let me call up my doctor and see a prescription. Like they had to find things in the earth. So it's just like, I don't know, I just feel like the way that things were, like, granted the life expectancy probably wasn't as long, but like, I don't know, I feel like there's also things that never mind.
Nah, say it.
I was just gonna say, like, I just feel like there's a lot of things that when you have the money can be used to be able to like try to make your life a lot more like prolonged or whatever.
Oh yeah. That's the sad part about a lot of these different whether it's medications, just from a simple aspect of how much it is for medications. People are on diabetes, dialysis, and so much, and that's that's a whole nother conversation.
Yeah, definitely, because I was
that's a good one. Maybe we'll talk about that Western medicine versus herbalism. What is correct? No, not what is correct. Do you?
What has the best percentages?
There you go. Yeah.
Man, first of all, we're just going to pray that the hospital do the right thing.
Yeah.
Give them the money and figure out what the heck happened. Fire whoever needs to be fired. Do what they need to do to make sure that doesn't happen again.
Yeah, for real.
All right. It's supposed to be hot take. I was still trying to figure out what my hot take was going to be. But I guess
that in a minute.
Right, we've just been doing positivity.
Yeah.
I know, right? But I guess my hot take in light of the conversation, I guess I kind of already said it, but I will not be right there looking at my child come out of the canal or whatever it's called. I would not. I can't do it. I'll be right there holding your hand. You can squeeze my hand how hard you need to, but I can't. Like I said earlier, I want to continue to make babies. I want to be able to have that visual of, okay, yeah. Anyway, so that is my hot take. I don't.
That's so funny.
I don't listen. If you are that type of dude that are willing to look at that and you still able to do the whoop de whoop later, I commend you, my brother. It just won't be me. But who knows? Maybe I may mature a little bit. I don't know.
Or you might be so in love in that moment, like, oh my gosh, you are literally about to bring in my seed. Like, wow.
I just know this. When I get my blood drawn, I gotta look away, because I'll be like, oh God, that much blood? I don't know.
It's so satisfying to me.
Oh.
Yeah.
Satisfying. So
It
you just be
is.
watching pregnancy videos?
No. I'm talking
about drawing blood.
Yes, I'm talking
Drawing
about drawing
blood
blood.
is
Yes,
satisfying?
it's so satisfying to me. Like seeing the blood go into the tube. That is so satisfying to me.
I get lightheaded. The last time I was in the hospital, granted it was because of blood loss, but I got lightheaded looking at all that blood come out of me, and they had to do big multiple tubes. I'm like, no.
You don't think it's so cool, like, to see it come out of your body into
I
this tube?
Scared. I am scared. I'm like, is there a point where I lose too much blood?
No. People give pints at a time.
It's not enough.
God.
Like, yeah, that little bit of, like, what your heart beats want, the blood is like.
Yeah, it's replaced instantly.
No.
Yeah,
man.
there is like, so the birth control was called Nexplanon. I don't even know if they still do that or whatever.
Where they put it in you?
Yeah, it's a bar that goes in you in your arm. And so I had that at one point, and when I was ready to get it removed, they had to cut it out of me, basically. And I was looking at the doctor do it. I was like, wow.
You wasn't under anesthesia or nothing?
No, they numbed me. Of course, they numbed the area, but I didn't have to go to sleep. They just numbed the area. It was just like right.
What? So it's like right there immediately under your skin.
Yeah,
it's not
I can
supposed
feel
to
it.
be that deep in your body.
Like you could feel it whenever you touch my arm, you could feel it. Sometimes I would be because my parents didn't know that I had that type of birth control, and so sometimes I would be scared, like when my mom would grab my arm, like like no, don't grab that arm.
So like, is it painful if it's grabbed while it's in there?
I wouldn't necessarily say like painful, but it's like yeah, because you can feel it moving, like, and it does not that it moves like all over the place. It stays in that one area, but like you can feel it like shift a little bit. That kind of it's like nails on a chalkboard.
Wow.
Yeah, but
I know I had an IV in me, multiple, when I went to the hospital, and like there were certain positions that it would be very uncomfortable.
Yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about. But yeah, I was literally watching them do it. Like I did. I'm not gonna lie. At one point, I was just like, "Oh, that's my skin." Oh God. So I did get a little like, okay, I gotta look away for a second. But it was still very like, wow, like to see him like cut and to pull the stuff and like try to dig. And then it took him a really long time because it got like stuck or whatever. So yeah, that was just really interesting to me. I'm really into stuff like that though.
I'm into it as well, just not on my own body. Flo would be like, why are you sending me all these graphic videos? I have no problem looking at it on someone else, not on me.
You're not sending me graphic videos of people getting surgery, okay? It's not the same thing.
What is he sending you graphic?
People dying.
Oh my God, did you see that one video of a guy who literally got like it literally like his body got split in half? I have no idea if it did or not because people were just trolling in the comments, but yeah,
trolling about somebody dying,
girl.
Oh
people,
my God.
yeah, people.
But what happened?
So basically, it was like in a warehouse, and there's like this box that the equipment was gonna go in. So they had like, I think it's called a forklift, but the guy who was driving the forklift was on his way to drop off whatever was on his thing into that box, and there was a worker like standing there in front of the that box that they were gonna put it in.
Yeah.
So the guy who was driving the car, obviously he didn't know because he can't really like see that well in front of him. So basically he like kind of like pushed the guy in there like with the heavy stuff, and then when he realized, he was like, oh crap, so he like backed up, and then the guy like fell, but it looked like his body was like split in half. It looked, but I don't know. The video was very like blurry.
You're going to have to send that to me.
Well, I can't I don't know where, I didn't like it or anything. So it was just on my like,
did y'all see Paul Walker's accident?
No, I didn't, but I heard that it wrapped around the pole, right?
Yeah, like it was graphic. I definitely don't think they had an open casket.
The one video that traumatized me was when that kid who went on the ride.
Oh my God.
And he fell from the sky, and you could hear it.
You could hear it.
And I was like, because at first, when Shabach is the one who showed it to me, as usual. And I'm like looking at it, I'm like, wait, what? And so then, I'm trying to process what's going on. And then I hear it, and I'm like, and what was even sadder was he literally said to his people, I think I'm going to die, before he died.
Jeez,
because he was like, the people didn't
strap him in all the way.
Yeah. And so I'm like, people were like doing this whole thing about, oh, well, if you're that big, you shouldn't da-da-da-da. But it's like, dude.
It wasn't even that. It was just that they didn't strap him down all the way.
But that's what I'm saying. The whole point is, you as I just think it's crazy that we have these machines that can kill us at the park, but you got 16-year-olds, like, operating it. Yeah. And making sure people are safe in it. Like, I don't know. That's kind of weird to me, but. That's.
Yeah, that video, like, I was already not a person who did roller coasters. Like, I'm not gonna lie, when I was like a little bit younger, I loved roller coasters, or mainly that one thing that would like take you up and then drop you down.
I think it was that one.
Oh,
Yeah.
Oh my god, that makes it so much worse. But yeah, so I had like grew out of that. Like now it just gives me so much anxiety. I don't see any fun in it. I don't know why people like roller coasters at all.
I could tell you why.
You like roller coasters?
Yeah, I do. She has a fear of heights, so I'm just by myself. We have not been to Six Flags. And I'm like, all right.
Yeah, no. But after I saw that video, I was like, yeah, done deal, signed, and never again. Like,
It's a thrill thing.
Yeah,
it's not
a
so
thrill
much
to die. I'm sorry.
It's not the dive thing. For instance, I don't like the roller coasters. Like we sometimes go to Atlanta Fair. Their roller coasters, it's not roller coasters. It's more like rides that are all about the what's it called? Anti-gravity thing.
like the one that like spins around.
Yeah, it spins around or it goes back and forth.
Yeah.
All of them just get you nauseous.
Yeah.
So that's why I don't like that. Now, I could do it here and there, but the roller coasters, it's just the thrill of going fast and you feel the G-force. Thank you. You feel the G-force. You drop. Oh shoot! And you know,
Right. So when people get decapitated, get stuck, they fly out the seats. You know.
And that's why you have to advocate for yourself. Now, this was a little boy, so that's why parents have to teach their kids. If you feel like it's loose, scream or whatever. My dad was so afraid of heights when he was a little boy. Carowinds in North Carolina. He was so afraid of heights that he had his mom to shut down the ride. They were in the middle of the actual thing, and she shut it down and everything. And yeah,
he was screaming that much.
Apparently.
Oh wow, no, go mom though.
Yeah.
Go mom.
Yeah, because she was like, these are not the regular screams. Get my kid out of there.
Get my kid out of there now.
So that's why it takes teaching your kids to advocate for themselves. But anyway, how did we even get on that subject?
Because you said that you didn't like the blood being drawn. That it just makes my stomach, like, it literally feels like my stomach is in my throat, and I don't like that. Like,
come on, when you do a roller coaster.
Yes, like it's like I can literally feel the drop, and like my face feels like it's up here, and I'm like, no.
See, I don't like the uncontrollable drop feeling.
Yeah.
Like on that roller coaster you talking about, the drop one. I don't like where I just feel like I'm out of control.
Yeah.
That's why I don't mind the roller coasters, because it's for a second, and then but the whole attraction to the drop one is to feel that, and that's.
But roller coasters also have that long, prolonged, like just for you to like drop.
Yep.
So
there's one in Universal. I did really like this one because it didn't put you through all that. It like you flat and shoots you straight out the thing and up. And
see,
you know.
I could probably do something like that.
I
Like,
still couldn't. I can't do it.
Yeah, buddy.
I like having control over what's
So you
going
gotta
on.
let
I
go
feel that too.
and let God.
See, I just feel like I'm tempting God.
There you go.
Because I feel like, you know, God didn't make us human beings with wings. We're not supposed to be in the air.
Right.
We got feet to be on the ground.
Hey.
So, you know.
I wish I had wings.
If I had wings, I don't think I would be afraid of heights, because it's like I fly all the time.
Obviously.
Yeah.
I jumped from like a 70-foot cliff into the water during camp one time. My parents was like, yeah, we didn't know about that. We wouldn't have let you.
Oh.
Yeah, no. I
How was that? The impact? Like, how did you?
if you they show you how you basically have to hold your body. If you don't, you're going to flat. So you got to hold your body in a certain way when you jump. So therefore you just kind of go in.
Okay.
I didn't know how to swim, still don't know. I know how to swim. I don't know how to float.
Okay.
So I had to have on a life vest. It was scary because when you go down in the water, you're trying to get back up.
Yeah.
And so you kind of, just have to rely on the vest. It's going to bring you back up. It was fun. I'm glad able to say that I did it.
Yeah, I'm sure that's a good experience. I would really love to jump out of a plane one day.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh my God. So we were at Target. The plane just triggered. So we were at Target, me and our friend, and we were like out of town just trying to get some travel stuff. So we're in the travel section, and I'm about to like say something to her, and then this white old man just comes out of nowhere, and he's like, "Oh, are you guys from here?" Da-da-da. So we're standing there like, yeah, we're here, And then he starts asking us like these questions, and then he just goes into this whole thing about jumping out of a plane. And I was like, but the first thing that just triggered me was, he was like, is it cold to y'all? Because I feel like it's cold. And I'm just like, and he's like, yeah, you feel my hand? And I was like, oh.
Why are you touching me? Why are you touching me, sir? I do not know you.
I was sitting there like, oh my God.
Oh my God, I can't believe.
What?
White people are so funny.
And then so I'm like, okay, so I'm trying to move away, but then he like says something towards our other friend, and then she kind of like answers or whatever, and he's going on and on about how he done jumped out of a plane, and he convinced his daughter to jump out of a plane, and now he just be jumping out of planes, and he's like,
wow.
oh my gosh, yeah, you guys should jump out of a plane. And I'm like,
kept saying jump out of a plane.
Wow.
He's like, it's so exhilarating.
Let that be a drinking game right there.
Yeah. Man, okay. Stories.
Yeah, that's crazy.
To our next topic. There we go. Something to think about. Did I pull it up? Let's see. Yeah, I did.
What's 5 plus 5?
10.
What's 8 plus 2?
10.
Okay. What's 9 plus 1?
10.
Okay. What's 20 divided by 2?
10.
Okay. These are all the different ways in which we can get to 10. There is an infinite number of ways to get to 10. What is 10? It represents happiness. It represents financial freedom. It represents good health. It represents fulfillment. The problem I think that we have currently in society is there is a bunch of people who say their way to get to 10 is the only way to get to 10. It's wrong. I don't believe that for a moment now. I think the joy in life, the beauty in life is you to find your own path towards 10 and be really wary when someone says this is the only way to get to 10, because you ask 10 different people that and they'll show you 10 different ways like you experienced. And it's not even about asking 10 people and trying to find the through line. The thing is to try to find the you line. What's your line to 10? What's 5 plus 5?
Nice. I agree.
I love that.
Yeah.
That was good.
I experienced that through like doing digital media. You know, when I'm working with different other people, they'd be like, no, this is how you're supposed to edit this. This is how you're supposed to do this. And it will be frustrating sometimes because they will be condescending by telling me that it's only one way that you're supposed to do it. And I love the softwares that I use and etc. because it shows you that there are 100 different ways to do something as long as you're getting the same result. And like you said, sometimes it's not even about the same result. It's about the result that you want, the result that you need.
Yeah.
Like someone said on the thing, Jesus is the only way. But outside of whatever your religious view may be, there are 100 different ways on how you can become famous, successful, get money, get that husband, get that wife. I'm always talking about different relationships, whether it's our relationship or people that we know. And I'm like, or Flo would be like, well, you can't, everyone's not going to do it one particular way. I'm like, no, you're right. As long as they are at least figuring it out, you know. So many people, we think that it's supposed to be done one way, and that's why we have a lot of conflicts with our parents or older generation, because they're like, well, I did it like this, and you're supposed to do it like this, and you don't know what success your kid or that person or whoever may have doing it a different way, or what calling God may have for them. So it was very, I follow this guy. He does a lot of motivational speaking and motivational coaching, and so I like this video that he did. I think it was, shoot, I ain't really got much to say after that. He broke it down.
Yeah, very well. I really, really like that, and I resonate with that a lot because I feel like that's one of the ways that I live my life. Like, I'm really not a person who wants to make anybody feel like, or what I guess I'm trying to say is like, I don't really care what anybody believes, for real. Like, I'm not going to argue anybody down or try to convert anybody to like how I believe in something, you know. It's just like, my main thing is, as long as you feel like what you got going on is keeping you moral, then I don't really care. Like, even if we have to have discussions about it, like, I don't mind having certain discussions with people and disagreeing with them. I can leave it there. Like, it's not a thing where I get so in my feelings about, like, I'm a good, I feel you. Like, I feel you.
And I think that sometimes is the greatest light, when you're able to talk to people in a peaceful, productive, positive, mature way, all those words, without it turning into a boxing match on who is better and etc. But hey, that works for you. That may be what's working for you in this season. Who knows what you may come to a year or two from now, you know. I would say one of the things I do appreciate about even with a lot of your takes is that you're open to the fact that, I don't know, it may shift, it may be different, you know, in the future. It really bothers me. I always tell Flo it's the 5 to 10 year rule for me, where in 5 to 10 years, that person who's very stubborn or very arrogant in whatever they got going on, their career, their views, whatever it may be, give it 5 to 10 years and see if they matured or just shifted or it didn't work out, whatever. And I think sometimes we don't lean into that enough. So I definitely like that about you, how you just like, it may be something different next week. I don't know.
Yeah,
you know?
My mind can change like that. I haven't said that in a long time.
That's what it's all about. Anyway.
That was really good, though. I really appreciate that video.
Yes. This was a good podcast episode. It didn't get too hot today. It was well, besides, we're going to pray for the family of, what's her name?
Christine Fields.
Christine Fields. So most definitely keep her in prayers and in our thoughts. But let's keep having these conversations. Let's keep talking about things that should be talked about. Make sure you follow the TikTok and the Instagram. TikTok and YouTube Shorts are going crazy. Like the comments and whoo. I saw you was going back and forth with somebody the other day.
Because I don't think she was really understanding what I was saying. But I mean, you saw I had like smiley faces and everything. Like, girl, I'm not really gonna argue. You're choosing, and that's all I wanted you to understand is that you can react however you want to react to anybody, but the choice is yours. That's bottom line.
Exactly. So, hey, look, let's have some fun in the comment section. But until next time, keep talking about things that should be talked about. Catch you next episode. Love y'all. Peace. There we go. All right. Oh, man. Bro, I'm telling you that whatever thing that you had tastes like a wine.